Alright, my potato plants look like they have died, which means that I think my potatoes are ready. So we're going to go see what we can harvest. In particular, since we're planning on listing our house for sale, we want to try and get as much out of the garden as we can. What I have here is called a digging fork. Hopefully these will allow me to get the potatoes out of the ground without damaging them too much. Got a couple buckets we're going to throw our potatoes in. So let's go. So as you can see, my potatoes have all died back. When I tested a couple of these earlier, I saw that some voles had gotten in here. Apparently they really like straw and hay. So it's very possible that I could dig these up and there's nothing that I can use in here. They could all be rotten. But we're gonna give it a try and just kind of see what we got in here. So let's get started. Not seeing any taters. I think the voles got them all. Not one potato. They're all chewed off. Yep. Pretty sure there's not going to be any in here at all. Not one potato in the whole bunch. Now, I started noticing some of the potatoes, some of the vines had chew marks in them. Right after they got a couple feet tall, I started mulching, started noticing chew marks. I pulled a couple out, they started dying off. And then they all flowered, and then they seemed to die off after flowering, so I thought I might have gotten one or two, but let's talk about having a plan B for gardens. If this were some sort of situation where I relied on this for my food, where I couldn't go to a grocery store or where I didn't have the finances to afford to go to a grocery store, I'd be up the creek without a paddle, so to speak. So what happened is as soon as I noticed that we had a vole problem, well, we knew we had a vole problem in this garden, but as soon as I noticed that they were eating my potatoes, I started putting in a plan B. Let me show you my plan B. This right here is plan B. As soon as I noticed that there was issues with my potatoes getting eaten, I started a potato bucket garden. Now I learned this from Hollis and Nancy's homestead. If you guys haven't checked out their channel, definitely do that. They're basically, they have just the most amazing gardens they do the most amazing gardens in the smallest amount of space, and I think that they just ended up on their homestead, their final homestead, but where they used to be, they did tons and tons of container gardening, and that's how I learned to do this. If you guys want to know how to do grow potatoes in buckets, go check out their channel. They go into great detail as to how to do it successfully. So the whole point of this video is that if you start to see something failing in your garden, don't give up, especially if you are trying to be more self-sustainable. Make sure you have some sort of plan B for your garden, because if you don't and you're relying on that, you're gonna have to wait a whole entire year until you get food again, and for some people or some situations that's just not going to be an option. So we're hoping that by having it in these containers that we end up getting at least some sort of yield. Obviously these should protect it from any kind of voles, but there are other critters that could attack the plants as well. So this is our plan B, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this kind of stuff. If you guys have a plan B for your garden, leave it down below. I want to hear from you guys. If you like this kind of stuff, like, subscribe. Oh, it's finally starting to rain. I don't know if you can tell, but it's been 105 degrees this week. It is the humidity up around 70–80%. It's been ridiculously hot. We're finally getting some rain, so it's good for the garden, good for the plants, and good for us humans who are needing a little bit of cooler temperatures. So if you like this kind of stuff, like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. There's a creepy cicada husk. Oh, these